What's up, everybody? GR Zerza here, and today I'm going to bring you a rogue guide to leveling, getting gold, and raising your lockpicking, which is very, very annoying to do normally, but this is going to passively do it as you're farming XP and gold. So, first things first, I am currently level 43. I started doing this at level 40. As you can tell, I'm in the Scarlet Monastery. This is the armory door, so you're going to need the Scarlet Key to get in. If you do it during peak hours, there's always people here opening the door. So once you're in there, you're all set. You won't need the key. So if you haven't done library yet, which is over here, then yeah, you can just kind of wait around for someone to open the door. You only need to get in once. So I'll show you that in a little bit here. As far as gear goes, I do recommend you be sword spec for this because you're going to want Blade Flurry, definitely, an Adrenaline Rush. I have the Vanquisher Sword and the Sword of Serenity. Both are quest rewards for doing Scarlet Monastery Cathedral and doing, what's the other one? Razor Fen, yeah, Razor Fen Downs, I believe, is, or Crawl, whichever one is like level 41 or 40 to get into it. So anyway, you're going to want some decent weapons. Some things that I always bring with me, I use Troll's Blood Potion, Greater Defense, and Agility. Part of the reason I do this is because it's going to give you a timer. These last 1 hour. Each run is going to be exactly an hour, and you need to keep track of how many instance resets you do as you do this so that you don't run out of instances. When I first started, I reset way too often, and I got locked out for like an hour, so I couldn't do them. So what you need to do is make the run a little bit deeper into the armory, and I could show you how to do that. So yeah, let's just get into it here. Gonna open up the door. So once you're in here, like I said, you when you zone out, you'll be here. So it doesn't matter if this door is closed. So, yeah, we're gonna do armory and not library, because we want to kill things. If you're just gonna be pickpocketing for gold, that's fine. But I feel like if you're gonna spend a couple hours like farming gold, you might as well get experience too. I have farmed about 10 to 20 gold an hour doing this. Right now I'm at 44 gold. I paid off my mount. I upped all my skills. Yeah, as you can see, I have a mount. So, yeah, I farmed a lot of gold doing this. And you can find some blues that'll sell really well in the auction house, some plans, things like that, and a lot of things to vendor. So first things first, you're going to want to set your timers. So I take one of each potion. If you're not an alchemist, you can buy these pretty cheap on the auction house. You're going to want bread. I get those from the vendor, or if you have a mage friend in your guild, that's even better. You also will end up stealing bread. So you're going to do one crippling, that's very important, and one instant. And as you go through here, the reason this is so great is because the way it's laid out is there's going to be groups of 2, and then there's going to be several single packs. So you're just going to pickpocket. And these guys can drop a, you can steal a lockbox, and that's what levels up your, lockpicking. So right away, I'm just gonna do a 2 combo point, slice and dice. Anytime riposte procs, you're gonna be hitting both enemies with it, and then you're gonna watch your timer here. Before Blade Flurry runs off, you want to get your Eviscerate off, so it hits both of the enemies. And then the crippling poison stops them from going and getting help from other enemies in the dungeon. So as you can see, at level 43, I got 300 experience for the kill. I am rested, so that's going to double it. If you run into problems, you just zone out, okay? You zone out, you come back in, you eat bread, you fill up on health, and then you kill the other guy. Otherwise, you have blind, which you can use. And while they're blinded forever. You can do a full bandage, okay? So you're going to want to have some heavy silk bandages or some mage weave bandages on you. And then when you're done, you just eat some bread, fill back up. Now there's going to be a pat that comes through, and he goes around this like kind of square courtyard. And then there's one in the middle of the courtyard. So what you want to do before you pull is make sure he's not coming down this hallway. He's right over there. I do have time to do this guy right here. So while we're doing the single fights, we're giving our cooldowns time to come off cooldown. So by the time we get to another double pull, we'll have Blade Flurry and Adrenaline Rush back up along with our evasion. Yeah, use Riposte. Riposte is such a good skill. Highly recommend you do that. I can show you my skill tree when I'm done with this pull here, but it disarms them and it does a ton of damage, and it costs 10 energy. It's super nice. So, yep, you want to use Distract to stop this guy from going, and then you can pull him. I like to pull back to the first room just in case you need to zone out. You're close, and also when they start running away, they're pretty far away from any other enemies. So, so as you can see, Pickpocket, sometimes you can get like 2 silver out of it. Otherwise, yeah, you're going for the lock boxes, or, you know, anytime they have like a green on them. Most of the time you're going to get greens from getting actual kills. There is one chest, and it has 2 spawn places. One is right over here. I'll show you this. And we missed the Pat. He's too close now. Yep, this is it. See how it's locked? It's yellow for me. When I started this, I was level 80 lockpicking, and now I'm 171. Most of that's going to be off of the stolen lock boxes out of their pockets. So yeah, just going to distract this guy. These guys do have a chance to spawn to be the little necromancers that have the, as you can see, the little flame elemental in the background there. Those guys, you're going to fight them slightly different, but they're even easier to kill. So I'll show you that. If they're in a group of 2, I don't even mess with them. But I do still pick their pockets. I just won't fight them. So as you can see, like, the experience is pretty decent here. And the gold, like I said, you're gonna get about 10 to 20 gold an hour, which is better than anything I've like read so far. So the next thing you're gonna do is get this Pat here on the way back. Just make sure he's far enough away from those guys over there. You don't need to have anything into your sub tree for this. I'm purely combat and assassination, and I apologize I didn't pull that up. I'll show you guys as soon as I'm done with this. Yeah, if you can get this going pretty quick. So, like, I've been in here for 4 minutes, right? I can see from my timers up there. If you time it right, you'll never get locked out. Got some mage weave on that. That's nice. Okay, so pull up the talent tree. So yeah, I just did the basic like leveling. You're gonna want 5 in deflection, 1 in riposte. Definitely, that's one of your best skills. I went sword spec, blade flurry, weapon expertise. Then you do 1 in aggression just to be able to get down to adrenaline rush. And then in assassination, I have 2 in remorseless attacks and 1 in malice so far. But like when you're level 40, you won't have these, so you just like get down to adrenaline rush. That's what you need. And okay, so now you see my cooldowns down here. They're coming up. We are going to be able to do a dual pull, and I like to do this one here to get to the chest. So first things first. Yeah, here's our first lockbox. See, I've already out-leveled it because I've done it so much. But they do have a chance to drop a dagger that sells pretty well, and they do have silver in them, sometimes up to 2 silver, and then they'll have like stuff to make your poisons. They'll drop that as well, so you basically never have to buy reagents to make those. So yeah, go ahead and pull, pop your cooldowns, do a 2-point slice and dice. Try to get up to 5 combo points before Blade Flurry wears off so that you can hit both of them with it. If you need to do it at 4, that's okay. There we go. See, now they're both going to be nice and low. Riposte, very nice. And see that crippling poison? Stops any chance of him going to get help. Really nice. Okay, so once we're done with this, we're going to spend some time picking that lock. And you're also going to want to make sure you have some nice bags to fit everything into, because do not want to have to go back before your hour is up. You want to make full use of your poisons. You're going to do 2 cycles of crippling poison. You'll probably do like 3. Ooh, nice. Okay. So yeah, we're cool with that. That's way cool. The last time I got a blue plant, it sold for like 7 gold. So that really speeds up your progress. So anyway, yeah, you're gonna want 2 cycles of crippling. You don't want these to go to waste. So you really want to make sure you have bag space. And if you need to, you can pick lock some of the worn lock boxes that you steal, just to make more room in your bags. But I typically like to wait till I get back to Ironforge to do that, and then put everything up in the auction house. Just, if you want to spend a lot more time like gauging the market and all that, that's great. I typically, if I sell it for more than I can vendor it for, I'm happy. I just don't like it when an 8-hour cycle goes through and I get the item shipped back to me, because then you just lose out on your deposit, and that's not good. That's no bueno. So, oh, gotta hit stealth. Otherwise, yeah. So as you can see, you can start going pretty fast, and you're doing a double pull with your cooldowns, and then you're doing single pulls to like negate the time between your cooldowns before you can do another double pull. So the next pull I'm gonna do is, there's a mage. Yep, he's right there. He comes up in the hallway there. And then I'm gonna show you guys the one other spot and that the chest could spawn at. Okay, let's get some more health here. So because I don't have the cooldowns, I'm not going to do the double pull here. You could sap one of them and drag the other back to the entrance and then zone out once you kill him. If you're finding the fights to go a little bit rough, you can be a lot more careful. Always make sure you have vanishing powder. You do not. So like typically, yeah, I'd go over there and I would pickpocket those guys, but I just for the purpose of the video, trying to keep it short. These guys can disarm you. They're tough to fight. I would recommend not fighting them until you get to like 42. And then this guy right here, the mages are so easy. It's fantastic. So you're just gonna throw a distract up, get her stopped, pick the pocket. I'm always opening with rupture, by the way. So you're gonna kick the cast, like make sure it's the actual cast and not them just putting up a shield. That one is fine. Okay. So you're just gonna stun them. You're gonna kick it. So I do stun, then I do kick up, and I fell for it. So that was not the actual cast. So stun, kick, stun, kick, and then they're done, and you take no damage. So that fight is like basically free. You don't have to use any of your bread. Super nice. I come over here, I usually pickpocket these 3. And then right here is where the spawn location for that chest is. And what I do is, you hope that you don't get 2 guardsmen, because these are kind of tough. But this fight, you got to be very careful. You want to pull them into this corner. And then when one of them gets low, you want to have a kidney shot ready, so that they don't go and get these 3. They always beeline it for those 3. And if that happens, you have to vanish and start over. If you have to vanish, it's not a huge deal, because if you kill one of them, you could vanish, and then you can kind of wait and then kill the other one by himself after you've healed up. So that's not the worst case scenario, but yeah, typically you really want to be careful and pull these guys over here into the corner. So yeah, so just make sure you make use of all your stuff with your cooldowns and your potions and your poisons. Keep an eye on how many charges you have. I'm using instant poison 3. I think it starts with 70 charges, but it goes pretty fast, so you'll probably have to reapply 3, maybe 4 times. So bring plenty of that. Yeah, have lots of bread, lots of bag space, and then yeah, even these grays guys, they vendor for like 40-50 silver, so it's super nice. Yeah, so that's about it. You can make 10 to 20 gold an hour doing this. Sometimes more if you find a blue plan like I just did, then great. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna level your lockpicking, and these guys also, you steal food from them, so you can stay longer. And if you run out of bread, you still have apples and stormwind brie that you can eat. So it's great. And then if you start going too fast, what I started doing, so I don't lock myself out of the instance, is I would come into here and just pick these guys' pocket to spend a little bit of time and get a little bit more money. And then the farthest I'd ever go would be like, you pick these three guys, and then you pick the two over here. Yeah, I never really fight these guys. By the time I clear that first room, I usually reset. This is as far as I go, to this stairway here. And then when I'm done, this is usually when I use sprint, because you typically don't need to use it otherwise, but just to kind of speed things up a little bit here. And then come out of stealth. Even if you aggro something, it's okay, because you're going to be zoning out. So, and then I can show you guys how to do this last part. Yeah, typically I do kill those two guys over there. And then I did want to show you guys how to kill one of the guys that has the Inferno pet. So hopefully on this reset there will be one or two that spawn by themselves. So at first I didn't kill them because I thought it would be too hard of a fight, but then I realized it's actually an easier fight if you do it correctly. Sometimes it'll be all smoky like this. I thought it was something wrong with my video card, but it's not. Okay, so we didn't get one. Anyway, so I'll show you. This is the Conjurer, and they have a pet. Sometimes they'll spawn right here where this guy is. Other times it'll be right here where this guy is. So what you do is you distract, you pickpocket, and then you sap the guy, and then you drag the elemental back into this room and kill it, and then you line of sight, and then I give a quick bow shot, and then when they start casting, you just line of sight them, and then they run into this room, and then you can kill them pretty easily using kick and just fighting them normally. So, all right, that's gonna about do it. So, yeah, feel free to leave questions or comments into the comment section, and hopefully, you guys make a lot of money, and happy hunting. Thanks for watching.